My place narrative is Songbird Slough in Itasca, which is located in DuPage County, Illinois. So Songbird Slough is roughly 390 acres. It's an incredibly popular bird watching spot and a great trail for running or walking or just family hangouts. There's a large area available for picnicking, and it's also a great place to fly kites. The location does allow barbecuing and other family activities. My family loves to go there just to walk our dogs, or my sister and I go on runs there. It's a very convenient location since the trail is a loop on both ends, so you just circle back to the parking lot. It's a little bit of a hidden location, even though it is one of the most popular forest preserves in the area. It's very small and people come at various times throughout the day. So there are over 200 species of birds which have made a home in Songbird Slough. The preserve does get its name from the plethora of songbirds. Pictured includes a wood duck, American robin, ruby-throated hummingbird, the red-winged blackbird. Other mammals include coyotes and deer, and there's also a wide variety of fish. Fishing is allowed in very restricted manners on this location. There are also various reptiles which you can find scattered throughout. I love looking for turtles when I'm walking through there. The preserve includes 13 endangered and 2 threatened species. A bit of background information on what Songbird Slough is. So first, what is a slough? Basically, it's a swamp. The whole Chicago area is kind of like swampland, but this specifically is more of a shallow lake which is connected to those larger lake systems, and it was formed due to glacier movement. So Songbird Slough is a part of the Itasca Springbrook Nature Center, which was founded in 1968 in an attempt to make the town a bit more attractive to people. 60 acres of land was separated from the town south of the major road Irving Park, and it was purchased to ensure open land access and water. So, a bit of information on early Itasca. It was founded by Dr. Elijah Smith in 1841. Originally named Brenman, the town served as a major transportation hub due to its connection to the Chicago and Pacific Railroad, which was completed in 1873. After being sold to the Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul Railroad in 1880, the rail system flourished, and this led to a huge increase in people and an industry boom. This industry boom also accompanied a large amount of pollution. So the town established the Greenbelt in 1966, creating the Springbrook Nature Center in 1968. In an attempt to make a bit of a getaway in this town, they provided a space for both land security and aesthetics. This can be seen as living with the land provided by O'Neill in our reading Environmental Values. People weren't necessarily taking from this land, but they were engaging with it in more of an observational sense, providing a connection to the environment around them. This led the town to be a much more pleasant environment to live in, as well as attracting people from neighboring towns. So the town's emphasis for transportation and industrialization led to little conservation efforts in the early years of the Nature Center. Songbird Slough, Springbrook, and the later created Hamilton Lakes were only supposed to serve for recreational purposes. The lack of environmental regulations and personal care led to major hypoxia, which is the lack of oxygen and water. And there are also reoccurring harmful algae blooms in the water throughout almost its entire life. It's been a forest preserve. So in the 1990s, the Forest Preserve District of DuPage County created the forest preserves in the area to enforce regulations and maintain a healthy environment. This can be seen in Ostrom's reading Governing the Commons, as she explains the importance of both community and government, as well as nested systems within these larger networks. So local schools began water testing while towns created rules and regulations for the public to follow. Ostrom's design principles show how proper communications and networks between the public and the government authorities is incredibly important to maintain a fair and healthy system. Songbird Slough is still very far from reaching that balance. Mentioning just the nested community again, it helps to maintain ownership and accountability over these locations. So between the local and governmental sites, these systems are able to kind of flourish. The preserve has been getting much better at maintaining both government and local control. The nested communities are looked over by the DuPage County Forest Preserve, as well as locations such as schools and water treatment facilities to prevent the leaking of sewage and to continue water testing regularly to prevent another health disaster. The Forest Preserve has been maintaining proper maintenance and upkeep to provide a healthy habitat for the hundreds of birds and mammals that occupy this area. With these protective areas enforced, the ecosystems are able to thrive. On a local level, the system is still very much struggling. There are lots of problems with domesticated animals destroying nesting locations and disturbing the environment. They still pose a large threat to the biodiversity. Recently, the town can be seen as much more practicing living with and in the land. They have been doing lots of efforts to maintain biodiversities as more endangered animals are introduced into these ecosystems. They have been a great nesting location, as well as a great recreational spot for families. So thank you for listening to my thing.